Hello everybody, BrioS here. Today I have for you the in-house made mech by PGI, the monstrosity, the Franken mech itself, the Corsair. And this particular variant that you see right here with its 4 vibrating rods of infinite pleasure is the most common variant you'll see on the battlefield, and that's the Corsair-7A with its infamous quad AMS. So the reason I'm actually showcasing this mech right now, and it's just after Christmas, so Merry Christmas, Merry Macmas everybody, Merry Christmas! And that's because the stuffing, I keep saying it wrongly, stocking stuffer event 2019 is currently running, and for phase 1, I'm making this video during phase 1, you get 1 loot bag for every 250 max score that you accumulate. And with these AMS, it allows you to grind max score really nicely because veterans know AMS does grind max score very well. So I thought I'll take out the Corsair-7A with its quad AMS and see how it does on the battlefield grinding that max score. And for the build itself, I'm running the most common build you'll see on the battlefield, the triple rotary AC2. And that's a very vicious combination, doing lots of sustained damage. And to back it up, I've got 4 medium lasers, not ER because that's way too hot, 4 standard medium lasers for some pinpoint damage, 5 tons of rec ammo for the rotary AC2s, and 5 tons of AMS ammo for that quad AMS. Because it's a pretty hot build, I'm running 5 double heatsinks on this, and with the Light Fusion 340 engine, it gives you a very decent speed of 58 kph. With the current gameplay style nowadays with lots of movement, people call it NASCAR, but it's not always a NASCAR. With lots of movement, an increase in speed helps a lot. And talking about movement and surviving on the battlefield, the Corsair actually has a really huge CT hitbox, and to compensate, PGI gave it a 20-point increase in structure to the CT, but it still goes down to CT hits really easily, so that's where the skills come in. So instead of whining about these issues, I work on helping reduce it. So with 24 points in survivability for the skill tree, working on the skeletal density nodes, I've got an increase in survivability by increasing the structure by 26%. And a few nodes here and there for the armor hardening gives it the armor increase of 5.5, making it just a bit more survivable. And for firepower tree, this is the most fun tree, of course. I've put in quite a lot, 44 SPs, working mainly to get these nodes being the magazine capacity, increasing the rec ammo by, well, 10% I think per node, so 20% increase for the rec ammo. AMS ammo is not affected by this sadly, but more ammo always helps. And also for the enhanced rec nodes here, 2 nodes gives you a 15% decrease in jam chance, and being your main weapons, these 3 rec 2s, you definitely need 2 nodes of this, one on the right and one on the bottom. And with the other bonuses, they have a cooldown decrease of 8.25%, that only affects your mediums, but it's not too bad, not so important but it helps a bit. And also really important because this build is really hot, I have a heat decrease of 10.5%. Other important skills include an increase of 12% for velocity, that helps your rec track the enemy pretty nicely, and a 11% increase in range is incidental but it's nice. For assaults, the Corsair is very chunky, not mobile at all, and with mobility bonuses being percentages, I decided to get nothing because a high percentage increase on very little is still very little. So 0 SPs in mobility. For operations, I've gone for 13 SPs for 5 nodes of heat containment. This increases your heat capacity by 15%, so you can fire quite a bit more before you need to take cover, cool down, or fire a cool shot. And talking about cool shots, 10 SPs for 10 nodes, 2 strikes, and 2 enhanced strikes with this enhanced spotting, and 2 cool shots. So that's it. That's my Corsair-7A build and skill tree. It's really vicious, this mech. You gotta be careful because it draws a lot of aggro, and with the huge CT hitbox it dies pretty nicely, but it's still really goddamn violent, and I'll show it to you on the gameplay, via the gameplay. So anyway, let's get down to some gameplay, and I'll show you that the Corsair-7A is a must-buy mech if you don't have it. Really fun, really violent, and good team support with that quad AMS. So let's go. By the way, I like the colors. Oh wow, I forgot one more thing before I actually click on the button. PGI did mention it's supposed to be in MechWarrior 5, the Corsair, but I don't see it anywhere in MechWarrior 5. Oh well, kind of disappointing. But anyway, it's in MechWarrior Online and it's fun. So let's get down to some gameplay and let's go. For the first match, we have a match on Mining Collective, which is a very brawly map, and as a result, learn boats and ATM boats will be at a disadvantage here. As a result, you won't see many of those in action on this map, and that would mean my quad AMS might seem like quite a waste, but I still have triple Rec 2s and 4 mediums, and those can pump quite a bit of damage, especially the triple rotary AC2s if you allow this kind of mech to FaceTime you. So right now, I'm heading to the ramp, gonna head up to this ramp. There is a Warhammer 2C, there he is. Gonna place it on my right and move up together. Hopefully share armor, that's a good practice by the way. First contact is a Cyclops, gonna pump rounds into him, lay some rounds on the ramp to suppress the enemy. That seems to work.
Alpha, Cyclops.
I dropped a strike on the ramp, and I think the enemy just pulled back from the ramp, leaving this Cyclops alone. Gonna try and hunt him down, there he is. Heavies and assaults are big and chunky, so good targets for Rex, because, well, less rounds miss.
Cyclops is CT called Alpha.
So as you could see, Alpha, the Cyclops, is already caught. Second strike goes down for massive number of hits on the enemy force. Movement is quite
Alpha
predictable. They are going to
shot.
try flank on my left here, so just positioning myself to lay down suppressive fire. The Bushwhacker is kind of aggressive. He's kind of alone. There he is, India. Hoping to take him out, but unfortunately, enemy is pushing up the ramp. So I'm going to use my triple Rec 2s to lay down suppressive fire on this Kodiak, deter them from moving up. I think I'm kind of alone on the top at the moment. Not much support.
They're rotating to Echo 4 as usual, guys.
So gonna try to link up the team on my right here.
Gamma.
Gamma it is.
This brother's in trouble, and he presents himself going down in
now
a
Echo 4
blaze of Rec fire from me.
Same old thing, guys. Same old thing.
Massive murder ball there. But at least I'm with the team. Team support for assaults are very important. Or
Support
it is
our
very
Dire Wolf,
important.
he's going up.
So gonna go up together with Dyer now. It's always nice to move together with
Don't
another
stop
assault. Basically so that both of us can share armor together. There's a Corsair there, oops.
Dude,
Yeah, he walked in front of me and called me dude. Anyway,
coming up the other ramp.
here they come.
Yup, Bravo it is.
This is where Rex excelled. Laying down massive rotary AC2 fire. Whole bunch of assaults and heavies just taking massive damage.
Delta.
I already took out one mech. Working on Delta, can I get the kill? No, my Rex are jamming.
Foxtrot. We need help up high,
Nope,
guys.
but somebody got the kill. Oh, now I take Rec fire from that Corsair. I'm gonna let this Dyer move up a bit. Captain overalls.
right torso.
Take a bit of damage, you know. I'm really caught in my left torso. Sometimes you gotta let people purposely go up and take damage for you. Don't be too hero, no armor sharing. Some people don't like to share armor, so you gotta force them to do it. So this poor guy is all alone, this mech cat. Too bad I didn't get the kill. But I think I KMD'd him. So right now it's 9-2, it's kind of a formality. Team is pretty wrecked, the enemy team. Just gotta find the enemy. On this map, quite often you see a few lights and mediums at the top at this spot here. They like to hide here and throw down ATMs or PPC fire. Oh, look at those AMS, so wonderful. So we have a trebuchet with a MRM, okay, and lasers. There should be 3 left. I count 2, including this summoner here, and a trebuchet. Oh, he peeked a bit, allowing me to lay a bit of fire, so that will give me the kill assist. Oh look, suddenly there's a mech. It's a Shadow Hawk. Perfect range. Perfect, he got my friendly mech to overheat and kill himself, but as a result, he is in a world of pain. Couldn't make it up with a jump jet, so just dying, solo kill for me, dying in a blaze of Rec fire and lasers. Lasers for pinpoint, by the way. Pinpoint damage. And here comes Kilo, he's caught. Oh, I can't get him. He retreated.
And that's a wrap. Good job, team.
So that's quite a massive game for me. The strikes really hit well. Rex were able to wreck the enemy on the ramp. So just amazing, look at the damage, 1556 damage, 6k MDDs, ridiculous amounts of damage. Only 300 missile shot down, I suppose that's okay. But with so much damage, I bet you the max score, yup, 871 is really high. So nice. So as you could see from the previous match, this build can dish out a lot of damage with those wrecks, and with the help of the artillery strikes, the damage of course can reach ridiculous levels. But the number of missiles I shot down wasn't impressive, only 300 in the last match. That's because it was mining. But right now it's Caustic Valley, and as you can see from the top left, Charlie Lance has 2 Corsair-7As, that's 8 AMS, and well, I guess let's shoot down some missiles. But right now, we are doing the usual counterclockwise rotation around the circle. I'm moving a bit further, that's where the speed of 58 helps quite a bit. I'm gonna move past this archer, take our position here, so I'll get a bit of a head start when the team starts rotating. But let's start trading, switching to night vision, which gives me the ability to cut through smoke, laying down some darker fire on that Kodiak. Mad Cat in the rear, I was able to spot it because night vision also increases contrast. The only sad thing about night vision is that it cuts through smoke, but it doesn't let you see artillery strike smoke, which is always a danger.
Charlie coming in Delta 4, Daya.
So as I mentioned earlier, the team will rotate, and they are rotating already. So as I fall back, I'm doing a bit of a rearguard action with my rotaries.
They are already pushing Charlie 4.
58 isn't really fast, but it's better than nothing. And the wrecks really have a suppressive effect.
2 actually, Delta 4 is a full lance.
And here they come. As I mentioned, the full lance coming. Okay, rifleman decides to walk in my way. AMS is firing, as you can see. Waiting for somebody to peek. Ramping up the wrecks. Foxtrots in there, but well, he went back to cover. We are 1-2 down.
Last man better pull back.
So I think I better start running.
Counter push Delta 4 guys.
Here's my other Corsair buddy. Hello, AMS buddy.
Focus on Charlie and the assaults.
So one way to beat the rotation in Caustic is actually to cut through the Caldera. In this case, I found a Marauder. Gonna lay some fire into Hotel here. Rex make him run. Rex are a bit OP. The screen shake and screen rock is really way too much. So here's where I make a counter push into the enemy's flank instead of rotating with the team. Always checking left. Like there's my Corsair buddy again. Oh, look at this Marauder 2C. Foxtrot here. His left side is caught. Let's try to take it out. Can I steal his torso? Come on, give it to me. Yes, I took it. Component destroyed. Foxtrot lost the torso. So that crippled him quite a bit. In the meantime, me and the Corsair buddy of mine are in front. With AMS, we're gonna shut down some missiles. Sadly, Echo 5, our assault is being harassed by a Griffin at least, so I actually asked the team to support him. But as you can see from the minimap, nobody's going. I obviously don't have the speed, so I can't really help him. I guess it's a write-off. And talking about write-off, here comes Hotel. Charging forward, losing a torso. CT's caught. I wanted to get him, he was really badly caught, but I noticed a few mechs on my right, so I'm going to continue moving. Yet again going through these little channels, checking the left side. Or it could be like that Warhammer just charging through and dying sadly. So I found the enemy concentration. Focusing on one mech, they decided not to run. Delta.
Delta's going down.
Yeah, calling for support, he's caught real bad. But just as he's caught, my Rex jam. And somebody's hitting me from the right somewhere. Oh, there they are. Probably the Caldera is that there are many ways in. It's a good channel for movement, but don't stay in it too long. Or you draw lots of fire like me. Because of that, I have to run straight towards the enemy here. So let's try to take out a few mechs. I don't think I'm going to survive this reckless charge here. So just trying to secure a kill here. Yep, got me a kill. I know this Adder's caught. Trying to get that kill. Yes, there he is. Oh, losing my weapons. And I go down. Like I said, that reckless charge of mine obviously not gonna make me live long. But 985 damage is decent. But at least I knew why I charged, because there were at least 2 mechs in the Caldera pushing me. So it's either I die alone, trying to fight off probably a Griffin and another medium, or I go down and deal some massive damage. Which is pretty obvious what I chose because you just saw me do
Kilo
that.
Timber right torso is open, 1 shot.
So once I die, I'm gonna make some calls. It's pretty close.
Right,
Kilo's caught real bad. India is also caught real bad. This Cyclops is, well, using his Rex at range and closing in for medium pulses.
Target destroyed.
So interesting, he left that guy to be taken out by his buddy while he
Defensive action team.
deals with those in the rear, and as a result, it is 11-8. Oh, 12-8. So that's a win. The team managed to push through. I wonder how many missiles I shot down. I know I did 985 damage, that's pretty decent. It's a nice brawly match. So, 2 KMDDs, 1 kill, 985 damage. I took 770 damage while shooting down almost 1100 missiles. Not too shabby for quad AMS. And of course that will buff my match score quite a bit. So let's look at the match scores. 700 over, that's pretty decent. And the other Corsair also did 700 over because he shot down 2,000 over missiles. So a combination of damage and missiles on my part resulted in a really high max score for me.